you doing today? It's Marcia, and I'm here in the kitchen on a beautiful Saturday morning, and I'm trying to figure out what to do for brunch because it's a little late for breakfast. And I got a friend that stopped in. So together, we're going to share with you a really fun, easy recipe that you can do in a pinch anytime, as long as you have that, what do I always say? A well-stocked kitchen, right? So I want to introduce you to my friend, Erica. Hi, guys.
Hello, hooray.
Some of you know my friend Erica. She's a great friend from Charleston. She came up, spent the night, and we are sitting here trying to think about what to fix for breakfast.
Right.
And we both love Mexican food. Yep,
Truth.
we love it. Truth. What's your favorite Mexican food?
Chicken tacos.
Chicken tacos. All right. We might have to get together on a Tuesday and do a Tuesday taco then. Taco Tuesday. Yeah. I think that'll be great. But we're going to take that. And one of the things years ago, Charlie and I had the opportunity to travel to Oaxaca, which is on the west coast of Mexico, down near Puerto Escondido, or down in that area. And Oaxaca is this wonderful town. It's got a beautiful square in the middle of town. And they're well known for a dish that they make there called chilaquiles. And chilaquiles is kind of like a porridge almost. It uses old tortillas. They just take the old tortillas, chop them up, and they put them in as the base. Sometimes they fry them, but they put them as a base. They put a salsa on them, and then they put eggs on it, and then they may put bacon or sausage or whatever, chorizo or whatever, and smother it with sauce and cheese, and it's just absolutely yummy. And you eat it any time of the day, but we love it for breakfast, and so that's what we're going to fix today. All right, and we're going to use some of our amazing Tupperware products here, and you're going to be so surprised by what this is all about. So right now we're going to make chilaquiles for breakfast. Charlie, if you could make sure that you've got that running on the side there, please. All right, chilaquiles with con salsa verde. So chilaquiles is the base. Salsa verde is the sauce we're going to make. We got to get our sauce going first, okay? So we're going to be using our smooth chopper, which with the supersonic chopper tool. That's the new name for it. But basically, it's a little chopper, and it has 3 blades in the bottom. What do you like to use this for, Erica?
I like that one for smoothies.
So what's your favorite smoothie?
My favorite smoothie is a little bit of coconut milk, an avocado, like half an avocado, half of a banana, and then some frozen fruit, whatever I've got in the freezer.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Delicious. And a little bit of spinach, because you know you can actually you can get a lot of protein from spinach, almost as much as you can from eating chicken. So I just throw a little bit of spinach in there, and it doesn't change the flavor of the smoothie.
Okay, I'm gonna set that up there. Okay, great. So do you I find for me when I'm using the smooth chopper for that, I take my frozen fruit out just a little bit ahead of time, just so it gets a little bit softer. Do you do the same?
I do the same. I do the same.
All right, so what we're going to do to make our salsa verde is I always like a little bit of color, and things. So I like to use the red onion. So I'm just going to cut up a red onion here, and I'm just cutting it into some smaller pieces, okay? And of course, I'm using our fantastic Universal Series paring knife, which right now we're going to put. We're not going to put it in there yet. Oh no, I'm going to cook it first.
I'm cooking first.
That's okay. That's okay. Because I was thinking, yeah, I got to put them in there, chop them up. And I said, wait a minute, I got to do this first.
We were talking about chopping.
We were talking about chopping. I know. That's exactly right. So I'm putting about 1/4 of a red onion in here in my vent and serve. You want to tell them a little bit about vent and serve and what they can do with it?
Sure. The vent and serves are made of a real durable plastic, so it's not real pliable at all. One of my favorite features about the vent and serves is that they're, because it's not porous, they won't change color. So it's always going to be this beautiful color, and it doesn't blister. You know how sometimes your other plastic will blister in your microwave? These guys can take the full brunt of your microwave. You can use them in the freezer, in the microwave, in the dishwasher. Like, they go everywhere but on the stove top. They are designed to work in the microwave with the lid on. So you put the lid on and then you vent the top. So this will vent here, right? If it's closed, then it's sealed. And if it's lifted, then it's open. And so you just press the little lid down here, and then you can put it in the microwave. And if you have the lid on it, then it's obviously going to make it so that you're not splattering mess all over your microwave, right? And if you're using a microwave at work, where it's a community microwave, there's all kinds of nasty going on inside that. So you should reheat your lunch with the lid on, right?
Yes, okay. Absolutely.
How long do you want this in the microwave?
And we're not going to put it in there yet. We'll add a few more things, but that's okay.
It's fun.
So I have here some cilantro, and of course we've kept our cilantro in our fridge market, which we love because it keeps every kind of produce fresh 3 to 4 times longer. But I've got just a little bit, a handful of cilantro. I'm going to throw that in there. and I'm going to cook it. I'm going to cook it all, together. And then I've got the, she's never made this with me before. And then I've got tomatillos. And tomatillos is a really interesting food that many people are not familiar with. Okay, so I just put those in there. And then I'm just going to take and I'll put a little bit of salt on top of it as well. And I'm going to throw in a couple of slices of jalapeno because I like it hot, but not everybody likes it hot. So just a few slices of jalapeno, and I'm starting at the bottom. So I'm going to leave, there's not very much ribs or seeds in there. So we'll just leave that like that. We're going to vent this.
Hold on. Were you going to tell them about the tomato?
I am.
Okay, I was going to show them what it looks like.
I'm going, well, when I'm cooking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we're going to put, you want to show it to them that way?
Yeah, I was going to show them what it looks like outside of the
We can
wrap.
do this one. We can take this one.
Cool.
Yeah. So we're going to put
Sure,
that in the
dude.
microwave for about a minute and a half. So we can just kind of pre-cook those. We're not trying to cook them completely. We're just kind of softening them because it's going to make the sauce a little bit easier. That's one of the things that they do a lot of times with tomato sauce. Like you go to a Mexican restaurant and they bring you those bowls of the red sauce. What they do is they actually cook it a little bit before they chop it. And that's how it gives it that really smooth texture because they slightly cooked it just a little bit. I learned that from one of my friends, my Hispanic friends who shared that with me one day. That's how she does all hers. And she uses this cool little thing to make hers when she's doing just a small portion.
Genius.
But anyway, tomatillos, they look like a green tomato, but this is how you find them in the store. Put them up there so you can see it. See how neat that is. It's got this little paper on the outside. It's almost like if you've ever, what's it, the dollar plants or something like that, you'll see plants that have something similar. It's just kind of a, I don't know, how would you
It's like
describe
a leaf.
this? It's like a leaf around the outside because this is actually the seed pod of this, and it grows into the fruit as well. And it's a little bit sticky. We were peeling these earlier. So to make this sauce, you've got to peel this off all the way around. I actually grew these a couple of summers because I just love tomatillos. I love the flavor of them. It doesn't taste anything at all like a tomato. It's very tart. And it's not even in the tomato family. It's a completely different family. But basically, this is what the fruit looks like once you peel it. And then what we did is, of course, we washed these, and then we just cut them in quarters to put them in the thing. And so you can see from the inside, where's my camera? There it is. It's got just some like little bitty teeny weeny seeds. It looks a little bit like a tomato, but tomatoes always have those little rims through the center, which has the pulpy looking stuff with all the seeds in it. This doesn't do that. The seeds are kind of more out. It's kind of more like a strawberry.
And they're more solid.
Much more solid. Kind of like the way a strawberry is on the inside, except what do they smell like?
Nothing?
Nothing.
Like just smells like a plant, like green. Doesn't smell like anything.
Doesn't smell like anything. Okay. But they taste delicious when you mix them into your sauce. Okay, so we have, now we've cooked it for about a minute and a half in our vent and serve. And as Erica was telling me, it's just the bomb.com in the kitchen. This is the medium shallow, and this is one that I love to do for like portion sizes out for me. I'll make a meal, I'll portion some out, have them in the freezer or in the fridge. It's great if you have kids that are running around and you want to have meals ready for them, like they have sports and stuff, and you want to give them something before they go or when they get home late and things like that. It's also good because you can do a baked apple, and sometimes I love to do baked apples in this. And I'll just slice out some apples. You can put sugar on it if you want or not. You can put some cinnamon on it. I usually put squeeze a little lemon into it and then just stick them in the microwave for a few minutes and it'll cook them up. And then you can always put a streusel topping on stuff. And I do that with oats and nuts.
Nice.
And I chop them up in our little chopper. So now we're going to use our little chopper. So, okay, see how we've cooked them up? I didn't add any water to that. You may have noticed. And look at there's still some liquid down in the bottom because vegetables are very high in water content. So it works really well for that. So we've got those and it brings out the color. And then we're just going to take and we're going to spoon this into here. Watch out, it's a little warm. We're going to try to get it in there without burning each other. Okay. It's always nice to cook in the kitchen with a friend when a friend comes over. I think the kitchen is like the heart of the home anyway. It's a great thing to do if you have kids. Get your kids in the kitchen with you, have them helping you cook up stuff. Because what will happen is a lot of times, especially as they get older, they don't really want to They don't really want to talk to you about what's going on in their life, right?
Right.
You know, they have secrets. But when you get them in the kitchen and they're just busy cooking and stuff, and you kind of just start talking, they start sharing things that they might not have shared otherwise. So that's kind of a tip, guys, if you've got kids that are middle school going into high school and they tend to not be as talkative as they were at one point, get them in the kitchen cooking with you and you'll be surprised what they'll tell you. All right, so we're just going to give this a few pulls. We're using, as I said, the smooth chopper. And it's fantastic because it's going to blend this up into a nice little sauce. Meanwhile, I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of American cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of water into each of these. Not way too fast. 2 tablespoons of water into these cute little cups that we have here, okay? Because we're going to do a poached egg, and so we're going to put that, and we put the water in there. Oh, that one is a little bit in it, yeah. I think this one was so high it just kind of didn't fill it up all the way. There we go. Sure. There we go. Yeah.
And there's a little, in the bottom of these cups, there's a little frost line. And so if you fill it up to that, like up to that frost line, that's about your 2 tablespoons as well.
Okay, so should I put some more in there then?
Maybe.
I think so. Okay. You know what? I didn't add that. I don't think I knew that.
Oh, really?
I really didn't. I always measure 2 tablespoons. But you know what? I like your way a whole lot better than mine.
Yeah, sometimes it's just easier if you have a visual.
Actually,
so.
it's like 3 tablespoons.
Okay.
Okay, so now we know. 3 tablespoons. All right. Boy, I'm so glad you came over and taught me that. Okay. See? Isn't it great how we can learn from each other? Okay, so we've got, this is our breakfast maker. It's a microwave breakfast maker. You see it like this. It's great for doing an omelet. You can do a banana bread in it. You can do bread pudding. That's my favorite to do in here because it's not too much bread pudding for me and Charlie to eat. I do a savory one in here with Italian herbs and stuff like that. It's so yummy. You can do a little personal pan pizza in there. You can do chocolate chip cookies in it. You can make French toast. We talked about actually.
That's my recipe.
Yeah,
that's my favorite.
Tell them how you make it while I go ahead and put these eggs in here.
So you would actually use some of the same products that we have here today, except that you use bread. So if you've got day-old bread or bread that you're about to throw out, throw that bad boy in the toaster. Toast it up a little bit and then take it out and then cut it into, I would cut it into like strips or into squares. And then you put that in the base of your breakfast maker. So all the bread is in there. And then you can use your, what is this called now? Supersonic
chopper tall.
Okay. You would use that to mix up the eggs, right? You know how you would, if you're making French toast, you take the bread and you put it in an egg wash, then you fry it. You would mix up your eggs. So your eggs, water, or eggs, milk, with a little bit of cinnamon in there, if that's how you roll.
One, right?
Oh, and you would whip it up with this. So instead of using the blade like we did, you would use this little attachment, and then it would whip up the eggs. And you pour the eggs over the top of the bread and stick it in the microwave for roughly 2 minutes. So if you have 2 eggs, it's 2 minutes. So roughly 2 minutes.
Stick this in the microwave when you finish telling
Sure.
me about that.
So roughly 2 minutes in the microwave, and then you take it out, and it's like pull apart French toast. So moms with little kids who love French toast, all you have to do is just make that up in like 2 minutes in the microwave, and you don't have to cut the French toast. Give them a little snack cup with some syrup in it, and they can tear the bread off and dip it in the syrup, and all you have to do is worry about sticky hands.
Oh my gosh, that is great.
I'm telling you, it saves the day if you're a mom with little kids.
Because you're a boy mom.
I'm a boy mom, and when they're hungry, they're usually mad. Like they're angry. So
they're hangry.
They're hangry.
You know, how many of you have folks around your house that get hangry? I know we have some around our house too. I tend to get hangry.
Oh, that's you.
I tend to be, actually, my daughter tends to get really hangry. She's really hangry. Yeah. Yeah. So we've got that going now. I've put them, the eggs in the microwave in the little cups so that they can poach. I don't want to go too much. How long do you usually do them? I usually do about 2 minutes at reduced power for the poached eggs. What do you do?
So about 60 seconds, it will, what it'll do is it'll cook the outside, so the white will be cooked, and the center will still,
I did it.
and the center will still be loose. So depending on how you like your eggs,
this is looking great.
I like my eggs loose, and my husband likes them cooked all the way through.
Look.
So
okay, so that's about a minute. Guys, can you see that's poached eggs?
So the white is cooked and the yellow is still loose.
A little loose. And I think that if we just let it sit like this, it'll probably be fine, don't you?
Probably.
Okay, and I did mine at a little reduced power. I'm just going to do that like that because my microwave is a pretty high power microwave, and eggs are, especially when you do them separate like that, because you know, one of the things that microwaves are attracted to is fat, sugar, and water in that order. And the yolks, you know, tend to be more high in fat than the whites. And so that's why you do it in the water, because then the water will absorb a lot of the microwaves and it'll allow the center part to not get as quickly cooked as the other part does.
Smart.
So yeah, so I usually do mine a little lower power though, because sometimes the yolk part will heat too fast, especially if you don't put it in the water. If you don't put it in the water, that yolk will explode all over the place. So you've got to make sure you do that, so it'll keep it from doing that. So we're just gonna let that sit. Meanwhile, we're gonna get the rest of it together so we can serve it the way we want to do it. So I have some corn tortillas. You know, you can buy them in the bags like this, and they're such huge bags, and it's like, how am I going to eat all of those? I use them a lot to make enchiladas. I use them to make soft tacos and things. But one of the things, this is how Chile Quiles come about, is like, you know, they pretty much make their tortillas every day, and whatever they had left over from the day before, they just go ahead and chop them up, and that's how they make the base for Chile Quiles. And so that's where it came from. So we're going to use this vent and serve again, and we're going to take some, and I've just already cut these up. So like if these were day old, they would have been sitting out all night, because they don't have them wrapped in plastic and put them in the fridge. They just leave them sitting on the countertop. So we're just going to do that, and we put some in there. And I'm just going to load it up. Yeah, load it up in there. Okay, we've got that. And then we're just going to pour some of our sauce on top of it. And then we're going to stick that back in the microwave as well. And just check out the sauce. I mean, wow, it looks so.
I showed them when you weren't
looking.
Did you?
Yeah. Okay.
See, it looks like that.
Yeah. So we're just going to pour some of that all over the top. Not all of it, because we'll put some on top of the egg once we do that.
I mean,
a little bit more. Okay. That's good. That's good.
Okay.
All right. And then we're just going to stick that back in the microwave as well. And we're just gonna, you know, you can leave it with the top on or off. We're gonna put the top back on it. And we're just gonna stick it in there for about a minute as well. That's gonna help it firm up a little bit, just get a little bit more crunch to it. You can do this, you can throw it in the oven and bake it if you wanted to. If you have a convection oven, you can stick it in there as well. But I love the fact that I don't have to heat up the kitchen. I don't have to have a countertop, you know, a stovetop thing I'm using. Everything is in the microwave. And every bit of this you can do literally in a couple of minutes, but we're talking, so it's taking us a little bit longer to do that. So we have the rest of our salsa we're going to put on top. We want to add some garnish. So I have an avocado. And of course, I always recommend, you know, you wash the skin, because you don't know what's been on the outside. And then you take your knife and just place it at the top and just run it around all the way from the stem end to the bottom end, and it cuts it into the half. Okay, so I just ran a line, and then you just twist it, and it comes right apart. That's so simple, and you don't have to peel it or anything first. And then what we can do is just take and score it and make little slices, which we will do in just a sec. And so we can put it on top of it. We just run it down like this, like that. I love these knives. They're absolutely fantastic, and you know, they're one of those things that I think everybody needs to have a good set of knives in your kitchen. And the great thing about this set for our sales force is that right now they actually have a chance to get these at a really super reduced price. So it's something different. So I've got our avocado ready. We've got our, oh yay, look at that, doesn't that look yummy? You could put some cheese on there if you want to as well. You could slice up, we could slice up some red or orange sweet pepper and just kind of sprinkle that on top with some fresh cilantro, which will give it a nice burst of color and crunch at the same time. But we're gonna go ahead, and we've got these. I'm gonna slide them out onto our plate here. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, so we're just gonna slide it out onto the plate, just like that. Okay, so our vent and serve here, our chopper here. We've got our wonderful spatula, our silicone spatula, which is heat resistant, so it doesn't matter if I put all this hot stuff in here. We're gonna grab our eggs that we have cooked. Oh, look at those, they look so yummy now. And I'm just gonna pour a little bit of the water off, and then we'll just scoop them out. Oops, got it, yay! You gotta be fast with your hands. Okay. I scared her. She's scared. She's scared.
I thought we lost the knife.
All right, so we're just going to take it. I'm just going to scoop up my egg, and you'll see the outer white, because you want to make sure the white is done, and then the yellow is there. And what's great is this, when you mix it with this, when you put the sauce on it and you hit it, it makes this yummy, delicious, decadent sort of flavor that you put in there with
You
it.
break that yolk, and then it becomes like kind of like a gravy. on top of those tortillas. And
Exactly.
it's so, so yummy. While she's getting that avocado slices out, I just want to give you guys a little tip. So the other half of the avocado has the pit in it. And in order to get it out, you've got to get the pit out. And so a lot of times you'll see folks who will take a knife and they'll hit it and then they'll twist it to get it out, which is, I mean, it works, but y'all, if you miss, your hand's underneath there. So here's a little trick. Did you know that if you take this avocado and if you just hold it like this and press on the back, the pit will come out?
What?
So you don't have to cut, you don't have to use a knife. You just press on the back and the pit comes right out.
I did not know that.
And then
Oh
your
my gosh,
avocado
I'm
is still
so glad you came. Because I always use the knife. I don't mind. I mean, that's me. Oh wow! See, aren't we better together?
We are.
That's the whole thing about life. You know, it's always better when you do it with other people.
But if you are going to keep the other half of the avocado, you want to keep the pit in it because it will keep it from going bad faster. So and that's true for all of your veggies, you guys. Anytime that you're using a part of a tomato or a part of a pepper or part of something, you want to keep it in its natural state as much as possible.
Check it out, guys. Isn't that, look at that. Does that not look amazing? Got the eggs. They're a little bit gooey, and when we pop them, they're going to squeeze down into it and make a sauce with it. We've got the avocado. We've got everything ready. We're going to do these so pretty. But here's what's so nice about it. These products that we just talked about, these 4 products, this amazing chopper, back on the top there like it's supposed to be, this Vent and Serve, this incredible breakfast maker, and this spatula, they're valued at over $120. And right now we have a special offer for our sales reps that they, or for anyone wanting to open a Tupperware account, be able to shop for a year or whatever, you can get every bit of this for just $40. So I want to encourage you. I think there's a little thing on there, Charlie, if you want to scroll that next line, that you can get this at that special price. And all you need to do is reach out to your Tupperware rep, right? And they can help you to get all 4 of these pieces. And then you can learn to make this great dish that we just made right here. You can learn how you're able to get some knives like this. You can learn how you're able to get some Fridge Smart for free. You can learn how you're able to get an incredible assortment of our Vent and Serve as well. Just for coming in and giving it a try. And I just wanted to add a little something extra to our Hooray team, because, Hooray is the best.
Hip, hip.
We just had our national convention for 2021. And our team was recognized among the top 10 in the entire United States. Hooray! And we're super excited about that. And because when I get excited, I like to give things away. So I thought we could do something this week. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and include everybody who's already joined this week. And I don't usually like to go backwards, but everybody who's joined since Thursday, which was the 17th, right? And this week runs until the 23rd, so next Wednesday. So we've got Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 5 more days that we can do this. But for every 10 new reps that we sign up, 10 new reps that we sign up in these next 5, well, counting what we already have, but in 5 days more, we're going to do a drawing for some of my favorite products. And I'm going to go to my special stash and pull out some of my favorite products. And some of them are going to be current products, and some of them are going to be maybe some products that we no longer sell. But I can tell you that they're products that have a retail value of anywhere from $75 to $200. Wow. I know. I'm like, I can't believe I'm doing it with just 10 people, right? Just 10 people is all it's going to take for me to give one of those away to a lucky new rep. So it's for our new reps. I want to encourage you to reach out to your reps, say, hey guys, I want to get that set for $40, and I want to know how I can get in the drawings for Marsha's favorite things, because that's what it's all about. But you got to make sure that you reach out to somebody from Hooray, and you got to make sure that that they are part of our company, and you got to start now. So, whatever you want it to be, it can be just something you do for your stuff in your own kitchen. It could be something that you want to share with your friends because you get a free website that's good for a year as well. And, if you decide that you want to make it into a money-making venture, because people made a lot of money selling Tupperware. You made a lot of money selling Tupperware.
At one point I did.
Yes, I know. She was, she's retired from Tupperware, but that's why she's here with me visiting. And, but when she started her business, she was, how old were your boys when you started?
Tanner was 6 months old. 6
months old. And how old is Tanner now?
He's 12.
12. So over these 12 years, she has another girl. You know, and my son was a year old when I started, and he's 42 now. So yeah, time goes by really fast, but we start for different reasons, and it serves the needs that we have at that time. And that's what's really great about it, because it replaced a full-time income for you. It allowed you to be home with both of your boys, because you know they keep growing and they have needs, and you know, you take care of all those things, and it allows us to stock our kitchens, and it allows us to meet great people and build friendships that last no matter what, whether you're in Tupperware or not. So you know, that's really what it's all about, guys. So I want to encourage you, reach out to that Tupperware rep of yours, let them know you're ready to get started, and of course you can be making chilaquiles. But right now I'm going to go eat because I'm getting hungry. So thanks for joining us, everybody. It was great to be here with you today, this morning. We'll see you soon. Bye.